1. Bloodletting and leeches. Draining the life away. For thousands of years, doctors believed that illness was caused by an imbalance in the body's four humors: blood, phlegm, black bile, and yellow bile. The solution? Drain the blood. It didn't matter what you had: fever, infection, even the common cold. Doctors would cut you open or apply leeches to your skin to let the bad blood flow out. Even George Washington, one of the most powerful men in history, was subjected to bloodletting when he fell ill. His doctors drained nearly 40% of his blood. Did it help? It likely killed him. 2. Trepanation. Imagine this. You're suffering from horrible headaches, or maybe seizures, or even mental illness, and your doctor tells you, the only way to fix it is to drill a hole into your skull. No anesthesia, no sterilization, just a sharp tool, a steady hand, and a whole lot of pain. Trepanation, one of the oldest known surgical procedures, was performed as early as 7000 BCE. Ancient cultures believed that illnesses were caused by evil spirits trapped inside the head. The solution? Cut a hole. Let them out. The most terrifying part? Some of the skulls archaeologists have found show signs of healing. That means people actually survived this procedure. 3. Mercury as medicine. For centuries, mercury was seen as a miracle cure. It was used for everything, from infections to skin diseases. But its most famous use? Syphilis. Patients were given mercury ointments, mercury pills, even mercury vapor baths. And at first, they felt better. But then, their teeth began to fall out. Their organs started shutting down. Their minds crumbled from the toxic exposure. Even Sir Isaac Newton, one of the greatest scientific minds in history, may have suffered from mercury poisoning due to his experiments. He spent the last years of his life suffering from tremors, paranoia, and mental decline. By the time doctors realized they were poisoning their patients instead of curing them, countless lives had already been lost. 4. The smoking cure. It sounds unbelievable today, but in the early 20th century, doctors actually encouraged smoking. Cigarettes were marketed as a cure for asthma, lung infections, and even sore throats. Advertisements showed smiling doctors holding packs of cigarettes, assuring people that smoking was good for them. Some brands even claimed their tobacco was scientifically proven to improve breathing. Then came the 1950s. The first major studies linking smoking to lung cancer were released. And the world panicked. The companies had lied, the doctors had been wrong, and millions of people would pay the price. 5. The water cure. Mental health care in the 19th and early 20th centuries was often more like punishment than treatment. One of the most brutal methods was hydrotherapy. Patients in asylums were subjected to ice-cold baths, freezing showers, and even high-pressure hoses to shock their mental illness away. Some were wrapped in wet, ice-cold sheets for hours, sometimes even days. The idea was that extreme temperatures could somehow reset the brain. But in reality, it left people traumatized, weakened, and sometimes dead. 6. Radium and radioactive cures. At the turn of the 20th century, radium was considered a wonder drug. People drank radium-laced water. They applied radium-infused face creams. Some even brushed their teeth with radioactive toothpaste. They thought it would give them energy, youth, even glowing skin. And in a way, it did make them glow, but not in the way they hoped. Years later, their bones crumbled. Their jaws rotted away, tumors formed, and they died. Slowly, painfully, and horribly. One of the most tragic cases was the radium girls, young women who worked in watch factories painting glow-in-the-dark radium onto clock dials. They were told it was safe. They even licked the tips of their brushes for precision. Then, their teeth began to fall out. Their bones disintegrated. Many of them died before they ever saw justice.